I'm Elliot, and I want to tell you the story of Pepster. So this story began early in 2012 as me and two of my colleagues were sitting in the Mater Children's Hospital in Brisbane talking to a doctor about cystic fibrosis. Cystic fibrosis is a genetic condition which can cause the buildup of a thick mucus in the lungs. If this mucus remains in the lungs, it can become infected and lead patients to spend 2 weeks in hospital on heavy antibiotics. Now, it's been shown that respiratory physiotherapy or breathing exercises can help clear this mucus from the lungs. But the problem, both at the Mater and in scientific literature, is one of compliance. Essentially, when the patients leave the hospital, the doctors have no way to know how often and how well these exercises are being done. After talking to the parents of almost 50 patients, we also found that for their children, some as young as 4 years old, getting them to do 1 hour of respiratory physio every day is really, really difficult. And you can probably see why. This is an example of one of the devices they use now. While it's functional in the medical sense, it provides little in the way of recording, little of the way in feedback, and also, for young children, there's nothing engaging about this product. So, we put our heads together and thought up a solution. That solution is Pepster. Pepster is a mobile connected respiratory physiotherapy device which provides immediate feedback, provides recording capabilities, and provides engagement for young users. We took this early prototype back to the hospitals and they said, yeah, this is what we're looking for. But we realized we'd only solved half the problem. While we now had a device that could record and provide feedback, it was still boring for young patients. So we did the next logical thing and we built games. We thought if we could find games that you could play by doing your respiratory physiotherapy, kids would stop finding this a chore and maybe even finding it something they enjoyed. So, in Pepster space, you fly through the universe using a ship controlled by your breath. In Pepster Fly, you move through a garden that's created from objects that you get from doing your respiratory physio. So right now, there's a clinical trial going on. Over 30 patients will use our device for 6 weeks. From the ones we've got back so far, we have got overwhelming feedback. Children are loving this. They're getting up at 6 in the morning to do their respiratory physiotherapy, and that's unheard of. But the number one piece of feedback that we get is this. Almost all the parents, upon giving the device back, say, when can we buy one of these? And that's a pretty good question. So here's our plan. Over the next 6 to 12 months, we're going to create a market-ready prototype of this device. The one we've got now works, but it's connected over USB, and it's limited in its application. We're going to change that to Bluetooth Low Energy and wireless charging so we can target almost all modern devices. After that, we're going to go through the process of FDA and TGA regulation to allow us to sell this product both here and in the United States. From there, we'll begin sales through the relationships we've already developed with hospitals in Brisbane and Sydney, and then move our operations overseas to expand our market. Now, while I'm up here talking to you guys, none of this would have been possible without the wonderful team that we've got back in Brisbane. Myself, Gavin, and Jeremy are the original founders of this business. We've been working together with 2 new members, as well as Professor Stephen Wilson, and a wonderful team of doctors and physiotherapists at the Mater Children's Hospital. We believe we're onto something that can literally change the lives of hundreds of thousands of patients of cystic fibrosis all across the world. So I'd like to thank you for listening to our part of the story so far, and we really hope that you're with us as we write the next chapter. Thank you.